Comes after two women accused the actor of sexual assault in a story reported last week by The Hollywood Reporter. Both women are remaining anonymous. The first claims Noth raped her in his Los Angeles apartment in 2004. The other woman accuses Noth of forcing her to have sex with him after a date in 2015. Noth denies the allegations, saying in a statement, "No always means no. That is a line I did not cross."
I remember when you kept your sweaters in the stove.
One of the accusers says Noth's reprisal of Mr. Big on the Sex and the City sequel, and just like that, prompted her to speak out about the actor. Monday night, the stars of Sex and the City, Sarah Jessica Parker, Cynthia Nixon, and Kristen Davis, issued a joint statement on social media, writing, "We support the women who have come forward. We know that must be a very difficult thing to do, and we commend them for it." Noth has also been dropped by his talent agency, but it is important to note he has not been charged with any crime.
A consumer alert this morning. Procter & Gamble is recalling more than 30 aerosol sprays, mostly dry shampoos and conditioners. The company says the products contain unexpected levels of benzene, a chemical linked to cancer. They believe the benzene came from the propellant used in the spray cans. The products fall under several brands, including Pantene and Herbal Essence. A full list is on our website. Customers are being told to throw the affected products away.
Yikes, I need to check. I use dry shampoo daily. Coming up, cleaner sidewalks, a new way to get people to clean up after their dogs.
And also ahead, a sign of the times, how our language is changing, and not in a good way.
It was an extraordinary story.
A computer salesman was supposed to report to prison to begin a 17-year sentence.
They let him turn himself into jail with no escort.
No one thought he would run.
How do you evade capture for 25 years? How do you do that?
Now, join the search, following the U.S. Marshals as they uncover new leads in a global manhunt. Can you help catch this fugitive?
Have you seen this man?
Have you seen this man?
Have you seen this man? Listen and join the all-new hunt wherever you get your podcasts.
Please begin.
This is the testimony of Elizabeth Holmes,
the Stanford dropout who appeared poised to change the world but didn't.
Her fall from grace was spectacular.
Elizabeth is finally going to trial.
This case will probably go down in Silicon Valley history.
But to this day, Elizabeth maintains her innocence. We'll take you inside the courtroom. If history is any indication, Elizabeth Holmes is not going down without a fight. Follow The Dropout, Elizabeth Holmes on Trial, wherever you get your podcasts.
The most powerful stories of our time, anytime. Nightline.
I know what happened, and I'm not guilty.
Why the fascination with criminal trials? Figure out what's really out there.
World News Now.
and America This Morning.
The best new videos.
Breaking news overnight.
Your money and concerns about inflation.
The pandemic is not over.
The stories people are talking about.
You don't want to shave your legs? Don't. I was going to say. And what to expect in the day ahead.
From the top of the world, baby! ABC World News Now and America This Morning.
Weekday morning starting at 2 a.m. Eastern.
Up all night to keep you up to date.
Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, Michael Strahan. Wake up with America's #1 most watched morning show. ABC's
Good Morning America.
Time now to check the pulse. We begin with another unwanted result of the pandemic.
Yeah, apparently we are cursing a lot more these days. A new study finds the use of swear words is up more than 40% on Facebook and up nearly 30% on Twitter the last 2 years.
Experts say it's likely due to stress, fewer boundaries between work and personal life, and a slide toward being more casual. I haven't heard you curse at all this morning.
Not yet.
Give it another hour.
Exactly.
Coming up next, how to shop for this year's hard-to-find gifts.
Finding that perfect present is even harder this year, but here's what experts say if you're feeling the pressure. See if the retailer has new stock notifications. That's an alert telling you when something is back in stock.
You can also create an account at the store. Sometimes if you opt for membership, that gets you ahead in line for new products. And also, don't forget some in-store tactics.
Every retailer has a different time that they get shipments in every day. And if you go to the electronics department of your favorite retailer and ask them when they get their shipments in, they may be getting inventory daily.
Also, make sure you check out the return desk because sometimes you can find items there that haven't been restocked yet. We have more of these great tips coming up later on Good Morning America.
Don't give too many of them away, of course. And next, a new way to get people to clean up after their dogs. A city in France just launched a brand new campaign.
So what they're doing is they're littering the town with fake money, 10-euro bills all over the sidewalks. They look real. The bogus bills contain a message for anyone who picks it up. The message reads, if you can bend over to pick up the money, you can do the same when your dog does his business. Does DC have a problem with this? Do people pick up after their dogs?
Mostly, for the most part.
People are pretty good in New York City, I think, too. Yeah. Finally, a new addition to the first family.
President Biden has announced the arrival of Commander. The 3-month-old German Shepherd is a birthday gift from the president's brother. Biden tweeted this video of Commander enjoying the White House grounds.
Biden's other dog, Major, will be moving on to live with family friends after several biting incidents. According to the White House, experts said Major needs a quieter environment.
And this is a true story. You know, when George W. Bush left the White House, he said one of the worst things is that suddenly he had to pick up what he had avoided for 8 years.
Well, at least he got 8 years without
That's
having
right.
to do
That's one of the benefits of being the president. I guess you don't have to pick up your dog's waste.
We'll check the top headlines coming up next.
This is what being live is all about. This is ABC News Live.
All right, we're gonna move back. Let's move back.
We're surrounded by people squeezing into this bomb shelter.
We're on an urgent delivery run.
Not afraid to go there.
So my question, Mr. President, what are you so afraid of?
Breaking news, live events.
This is the moment.
Streaming straight to you, anytime, anywhere.
You just met one friend right here.
You're watching ABC News Live. Thanks for streaming with us.
Admit it, these days, what you need to know
seems to change just about every day.
What is it that you really want to know, need to know?
To help you not just get through your day,
but to make the most of it. Feel smarter.
Feel better.
Feel happier.
Well, how about a third hour of Good Morning America?
GMA 3, what you need to know. Now streaming on ABC News Live.
It's all about you.
World News Now.
And America This Morning.
The best new videos.
Breaking news overnight.
Your money and concerns about inflation.
The pandemic is not over.
The stories people are talking about.
You don't want to shave your legs? Don't. I was going to say. And what to expect in the day ahead.
From the top of the world, baby! ABC World News Now and America This Morning.
Weekday morning starting at 2 a.m. Eastern.
Up all night to keep you up to date.
It was an extraordinary story.
A computer salesman was supposed to report to prison to begin a 17-year sentence.
They let him turn himself into jail with no escort.
No one thought he would run.
How do you evade capture for 25 years? How do you do that?
Now, join the search, following the U.S. Marshals as they uncover new leads in a global manhunt. Can you help catch this fugitive?
Have you seen this man?
Have you seen this man?
Have you seen this man? Listen and join the all-new hunt wherever you get your podcasts.
Checking the top stories, President Biden has tested negative for COVID after being exposed to a staffer who was positive. The president today is announcing a plan to mail 500 million at-home rapid tests to homes nationwide. He's also setting up more federal testing and vaccination sites. Meanwhile, in a sign of just how serious Omicron concerns have become, the NHL says it will shut down after tonight's game and will resume play on Monday after testing.
Jury deliberations resumed today in the sex trafficking trial of Ghislaine Maxwell. Prosecutors called her a dangerous predator who groomed teenage girls for Jeffrey Epstein, but the defense insists that Maxwell is being made into a scapegoat.
The EPA is tightening fuel mileage standards to reduce greenhouse gases. The new rule, the strictest ever for the agency, calls for passenger vehicles to average 55 miles per gallon by 2026.
And today's weather, rain along the West Coast and more snow in the mountains. Up to 10 feet could fall there by Christmas. Snow near the Great Lakes and storms in the southeast.
Finally this morning, the simple acts of generosity before Christmas is inspiring people all across the country.
Here's Will Gans.
This time of year, Santa's lucky to have some backup.
It's all good. I'll break it down like Santa in the Hood.
Michael Todd sporting the classic red suit and a little extra bling in his Oklahoma City community, calling himself Santa in the Hood.
I like to pass out toys and give back to the community and see the kids as happy as I was when I was a kid.
This year, Michael's teaming up with OKC's Northeast Resource Center to give toys, clothes, and furniture to more than 500 families in need. And in Summerville, South Carolina, an upgraded home for the holidays.
I've never had anything like this happen to me, to this magnitude.
Ann Mulkey surprised with a brand new roof.
I've been wanting to get it done for years.
James Powell making the donation in honor of Ann's son Lewis, a firefighter who lost his life in the line of duty.
This just was my Christmas miracle, for sure.
And this teeny tiny little radio station in Gainesville, Texas, making waves this holiday season for their generosity.
I've just been struggling paycheck to paycheck, and I just can't keep up.
Listeners in need.
How would $1,000 do?
1,000? Oh my God, that's gonna help us.
Not just once, but 40 times.
Thank you so much. Y'all are amazing.
To know that you're changing people's lives, even just for a very short period of time, is an overwhelming thing, and I'll never get tired of that.
Thank you, Will. Will says the radio station actually surprised listeners with $40,000. All of that from anonymous donors.
That's what's making news in America this morning. Stay with us for Good Morning America.
It's Tuesday, December 21st. Mandates are in, lockdowns are out. We start here. The explosive rise of Omicron has cities raising their defenses.
The administration has already purchased 500 million rapid tests.
A stark warning from the White House today, but the president ruling out a lockdown and a pivotal moment for victims of Jeffrey Epstein.
They said, how could she not have known that abuse was occurring?
Will a federal jury convict Ghislaine Maxwell as his partner in crime? And just how worried is the military about extremists in their ranks?
Nothing about this has anything to do with who a service member votes for or doesn't vote for.
Why the Pentagon plans to crack down on sympathy for domestic terror. From ABC News, this is Start Here. I'm Devin Dwyer. Hey, good morning. Brad's off again today. I'm Devin Dwyer with you from Washington. As Omicron runs rampant, COVID mandates are back with a vengeance.
Listen, I think we're all tired of it. I'm tired of it too.
The nation's capital this morning is the latest big city to reinstate an indoor mask mandate.
More than 90% of new cases are Omicron. Cases doubling every 2 to 3 days.
Vaccine mandates are ramping up at hospitals, schools, businesses, and the military.
Immediate vaccination against COVID-19 is, quote, necessary to protect the force and defend the American people.
Colleges and universities are mandating boosters just to be on campus. And now the city of Boston is rolling out a sweeping vaccine mandate for public places.
Our essential workers have been on the front lines of fighting this pandemic for more than 650 days. And it's time for Boston to follow the science and public health data to ease their burden.
The city joins New York, LA, and just a handful of others that require proof of vaccination just to enter a restaurant, gym, bar, or performance venue.
Experts say the COVID-19 cases will continue to rise in the weeks ahead in this winter. So we need to be ready.
And today, as the proverbial screws tighten on all of us once again, President Biden is set to announce another round of actions to help fight the COVID wave. ABC White House reporter Sarah Kolonowski has been reporting on what's coming. Sarah, given how dramatic this sweep of Omicron has been, any mention over there at the White House of more lockdowns coming back?
Hey, Devin. Well, President Biden has been saying for weeks, no shutdowns, no lockdowns, and he's not going to change his tune on that today. What he will do is give a reality check that because Omicron is more transmissible, the administration is prepared for cases to rise. This is a reality. President Biden is going to warn Americans today that even fully vaccinated people might test positive in the coming weeks because this variant is spread so easily.
Just days before Christmas, the Omicron variant seemingly relentless. Cases up 96% nationwide since October.
It has an extraordinary capability of transmitting efficiently
from person to person. It seems to be overtaking all the other variants, including Delta.
But even with that acknowledgement, we expect President Biden to say that those who are fully vaccinated and who follow familiar precautions like wearing a mask while traveling, they should still feel comfortable visiting their vaccinated family members over the holidays.
You haven't heard the L word over there.
Nope, no sense of the word lockdown over here. I know countries in Europe have been instituting some short lockdowns.
The Netherlands, as you say, announcing a snap lockdown, ordering non-essential shops, gyms, bars and restaurants to close until at least mid-January.
It doesn't seem like the Biden administration is ready to make a move like that yet.
This is not a speech about locking the country down. This is a speech outlining and being direct and clear with the American people about the benefits of being vaccinated, the steps we're going to take to increase access and to increase testing, and the risks posed to unvaccinated individuals.
So what does he plan to announce today? I mean, what are sources telling you, sir?
Yeah, the biggest one is that the administration has already purchased 500 million rapid tests that they will be mailing to any American who wants them. You can just go online.
Billion with a B.
Billion with a B, yep. You can go online, enter your address onto a White House website, and they'll be delivered via mail to your doorstep.
Long lines, packed parking lots. This was Sunday evening at this COVID-19 testing site in Shoreline.
It's been like 2 days, and that's one of the reasons we're coming every day, because it takes so long to get the results.
In addition to the at-home tests, the administration's trying to set up more in-person testing sites. So FEMA is going to set up some federally run testing sites, just like they had those mass vaccination sites back in early 2021. The first one of those is going to be in New York City, and they say it'll be open before Christmas. So we should see that within the next 4 days.
Well, in any word on hospitals, we keep hearing in our reporting just how inundated they are already with these cases. What is the White House going to do there?
Yeah, in an effort to help those overburdened hospitals, President Biden is going to ask Defense Secretary Austin Lloyd to deploy up to 1,000 military medical personnel. So these are doctors, nurses, paramedics, and they can travel to any hospital across the country that may need more help.
You know, I got to ask you, sir, I mean, you've been following the criticism of the administration, too. I mean, are they playing catch up on this? I mean, the lines are back. The at-home tests they touted a couple weeks ago are out of stock all over the place. The vice president the other day said in an interview that the administration didn't see Delta or Omicron coming. I mean, do you get the sense they're worried in the West Wing that this may get out of hand?
Yeah, White House officials are certainly aware that people are anxious.
What we've done on testing is to continue to increase access, make it affordable and accessible. That's important morally. It's important substantively and policy-wise to the president.
You know, given the waves of cancellations from everything from Broadway shows to sports, this feels sort of like that March 2020 moment where things are rapidly changing. They know that people are having trouble getting these tests, waiting in long lines for tests.
It's spotty. In some places, you can easily get a test, but in other places, you can't. And I know that. I've tried myself.
But they're really leaning into the data that we have that shows that people who are fully vaccinated and do test positive with Omicron tend to have mild cases. Hospitalizations and deaths are not rising as fast as cases. So I think for administration officials here, it's a matter of reminding people that we have the tools. This is not the same situation as March 2020. We've learned a lot and trying to harness those tools that we have to keep this from getting out of control.
Yeah, this is trying to hold the line on the public trust on this issue, obviously one that they had put front and center coming in. The president declared victory to some extent over the virus around the 4th of July, but now, of course, trying to retain some of that credibility. And then to cap it all off, Sarah, last night, hours before this speech,